Now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk Hookup. Get ready for more of the best fishing information and the hottest tips on improving your angling skills. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. And by Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. And now, Southern California's sports fishing voice, the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back, hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here. Rock Cod Rick Maxa and Benny Florentino are all lined up here at Dana Landing in Mission Bay. What a fabulous morning it is. There are lots of people here, hundreds, maybe thousands of people down here. No, thousands, but there's a lot of people down here. And a lot of great stuff to see. They came down here to just check out this amazing event. It's the big pre-San Diego Bay Bass Seminar and sale. Steve Pennard and Johnny have incredible things lined up here for you today. I mean, they're practically giving away product that you're going to use next weekend in the Bay Bass tournament. And Cowboy's here. He's still got some donuts and cookies left, and Tommy P's helping him out. And, man, what a great day.
This is just an awesome day, and it's a really fun sale, and it's all just based around the things that we like to do. I mean, definitely based around the Bay Bass tournament, but so much more than just that. Inshore, offshore, obviously hearing from the boys from Kicker Jig Fishing and rod manufacturers and reel manufacturers and Salty Crew and the kayaks, and just everything is going on today. A great time and lots of fun. And, man, you just got to come down and see it. It's going on till noon today. And come on down and join us. It's at Dana Landing, right in Mission Bay, right at the Dana Launch Ramp, the spot if you're a private boater in San Diego. Yeah. Everything you need is right here.
No question about it. And we're giving away some great stuff, right, Ricky?
You're not kidding, man. Every single person that steps up to the microphone today to ask a question is going to be eligible to win a $50 gift card to East County Bait and Tackle. Again, $50 coming your way to ECBT just for standing up to the microphone asking a question. Again, if you want to get in that drawing, ask a question. Just see the cowboy right up front here. He's got your he'll write down your information and step up to the microphone. You'll have a shot at winning a $50 gift card to ECBT. In addition to that, every person who calls Let's Talk Hookup this morning is going to be eligible to win half-day fishing for 2 aboard the Daily Double at a Point Loma Sport Fishing. Talk to Fred and the boys. You're going to go fishing on a half-day. Get in on that great wintertime bass fishing.
Ooh,
and also, that trip includes all the tackle gear if you need it.
Midday stuff. Yeah, fantastic. And I'll tell you what, I just did that virtual reality that Salty Crew has. Oh, you got to do that. I was just in the tube with CJ Osgood, man, at Chopu. I mean, unbelievable.
That's cool.
I mean, you can see underwater. You look around. Jared was going, look around. It's something, if you come down here, you go see Jared over there at the Salty Crew booth and say, hey, I want to see that.
That's
I want
cool.
to get in a tube with CJ. So, all right, time for the catch report.
It is indeed. It's time to find out what's biting out there. It's time for our FishDope.com report, which today is sponsored by Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. Fisherman's Processing is San Diego's finest, and that's why they're known as the Fish Pros. Once you try them, you'll be hooked. They'll fillet and vacuum pack your fish, all to your specs, as well as offer you the best in smoked fish, jerky, and the famous tuna burgers. Check out Fisherman'sProcessing.com for more details, or you can see them when your trip returns to the San Diego Landing. We're going to start off that FishDope.com report up at Pacific Edge and talk to our buddy Mark Wish. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Ricky, Pete, Benny, and
Mark.
Jeff there.
Good morning.
So, it's wintertime out there, guys. Those storms this past week were the real deal. I was driving home from Vegas in the middle of all that.
Nice.
But accordingly, reports have been a little scarce, but there's a few nuggets. And so fortunately, that rain's pretty much over here for a few days. We got more coming here toward the end of next week. But it's a little breezy and a little lumpy. And, guys, there's a lot of trash that washes down with this big runoff here. You got trash and garbage and logs and timbers all waiting to wreck your running gear. So really keep a sharp eye out when you're poking around, man. The shipyards love this time of year. We did have a few customers out looking for bait last night off Huntington Beach. There's been steady reports of dabs of bait around. Haven't heard back from them yet, but I hope they found some. And probably the best shot for some local action here in this area is fishing the sand bass and a sculpin on the local rocks and wrecks there. Lots of spots around in that 12 to 16 fathom range, and all the numbers are in my local book there between 2 and 20 fathoms if you want to take advantage. And make sure you take some frozen squid with you for strips and chunks there. Fish low and slow because it's winter, but they're actually biting pretty good. Now, over at Catalina, not too much to report, as you might expect, but it's funny how the good guys can always get out there scrounging around and make something out of nothing. So congratulations to our friend Brandon Hayward last weekend. I think they got what was, I know they caught the fish, and I believe it was the first sea bass of the year over at Catalina, at the east end there. Not a big one there, school-sized fish, about 10 pounds. But, we haven't seen much of that in the past few years with this warm water pattern. So I was really gratified to see that size of fish in that location at this time of year. That bodes well for the future of sea bass fishing over there. And also at Catalina, they've got some guys over there that'll be looking for bait tonight. There's been a little bit of that big deep water yellowtail there backside west and a little bit at SBI. So if they make the bait and the weather permits, they're going to check that tomorrow. So hopefully they find some there. And to shift gears here just a little bit, just to throw a little optimism out for you, I have to imagine that most all you listeners love this El Nino pattern we've had the last couple of years, and it's shifted over to La Nina now, but it's pretty paltry. It's very minimal, and it's already going to neutral, which bodes well. But if you want a bit more very detailed information about this, there's a website called Wonderground, spelled with a U, not an O, wonderground.com. And just read Dr. Jeff Masters' blog. It might put a smile on your face. I know it did mine. So keep those 2 speeds at the ready, guys. I don't think it's quite over yet.
No, I like it, bud. That sounds good to me, Mark.
Sounds like a pretty good winter time with all that rain and all that stuff. Still some stuff going on. And I talked to Rick Jensen. His son caught that fish, which is great. He was with Brandon last weekend, and I'm sure we'll hear from Rick later on in the show here this morning about the first official sea bass of 2017. Huh?
So rad.
That's awesome, man. He sent me that picture, and I can see from the background where it was. I know that well. And it's like, here we go again.
Okay. All right. Well, of course, fishdope.com has all the info you need. Sign up now. You get $20 off a new membership to fishdope.com. Use the code HOOKUPNOW, lowercase, no space. And, Mark, if we want to get a great bank tank or great advice on catching sea bass, how do we find you?
Pete, we're in Huntington Beach on the corner of Bolsa Chica and Edinger there by the big Chevron station. And the phone number is area code 714-840-4262. The website, PacificEdgeTackle.com. And it's getting interesting, guys, and it's just barely January here now.
I like it.
Yeah, man.
I like
All right. Fantastic. Thanks, Mark, for that report. We'll talk to you next Saturday.
You got it. We'll see you guys.
All right, well, hey, let's jump into the catch report. Keep on rolling. Head on down to San Diego, over to Seaforth Sport Fishing, which is right across the street from where we're at now, and talk to Marcos. Marcos, what's going on at Seaforth?
Good morning, guys. How you doing today?
Good, Marcos.
Great.
Well, definitely some nicer weather today, and even that little bit of rain and wind we had there didn't seem to affect fishing too much. Those half days in Seaforth is still picking away at the yellowtail. That's pretty much all in the morning. They're seeing those yellowtail, and when they're getting out there, they're having a good shot at them. Yesterday, they brought in 3 yellowtail in the morning half day. One of them weighed in at 42 pounds.
Whoa,
20 to
nice
30 pound range. So yeah, and that's just the fish they brought on the boat. They're getting quite a good look at those fish there. So definitely worth checking out if you want to catch some January yellowtail. A little bit of bass, a little bit of sculpin mixed in there also. And check the website, seaportlanding.com. We're running half days pretty much every day. So definitely a good shot. Like I said, get some of those January yellowtail, some bigger fish in there. 42 pounds on a half day in January is a nice catch there for sure. So check that out. We have a few day-and-a-half boats and then 2.5-day boat out today. The Eclipse, the Tribute, and the Outer Limits are all out there going down the coast. Hopefully get some good news back from them. And we've got those trips running on the weekend. So, again, check out the website, seaportlanding.com. Those half days, a day and a half. Hopefully within the next few weeks we'll start seeing 3-quarter day trips again. You can always give us a call at the office, 619-224-3383. You can come down and visit us in person.
Awesome info, and what a cool deal going on right now with this wintertime. True trophy class yellowtail in the morning half day. That's just awesome. Very, very cool, Marco. Certainly some good stuff going on right now at Seaforth. One more time, shoot us this phone number if somebody wants to book a trip and come fishing with you.
619-224-3383 if you want to talk to one of the guys here. Just want to take it in your own hands, do it all yourself. seaforthlanding.com. You can make reservations there. Come down and visit us, pick up a Rock Cod Rick breakfast burrito, and pick up some tackle at the #1 tackle shop in San Diego.
Hey, Marcos, right, I got A tip for you: walk across the street. That Traeger grill smell here. You want to come over and have one of these sandwiches here.
I'll lock up the office and head right over.
Lock up the office and come over here, and it's worth it. Trust me, man.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Pulled pork sandwich they're going to serve here in about an hour. You're going to want one. So.
Oh man, I might have to send one of the employees over there to pick some sandwiches up for us.
There you go. All right.
Thanks, Marcos.
Thanks, guys.
Next Saturday, Rick Jensen, Sport Fishing Financial, Seabass Master. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How's it going?
Good,
Rick. Yeah, we gotta give some kudos to Brandon for setting us up over there. We were eating that sea bass at the restaurant about an hour after we caught it before we went out and pulled lobster hoop. So
nice.
What a good time we had.
That is way cool.
How fun.
And also, heck, a big shout out to Steve Bernard for his generosity with the sponsorship of CCA there and adding the extra $10 onto the gift card. And if you compound that with the 25% savings, I'm on my way down there. Meet me at the show, and I'll show you how that's 76% on your money. So it's a no-brainer.
Perfect. Hey, let me tell you something, too. Steve told me they've sold a bunch of memberships, so people figured it out. This is a deal of a lifetime here.
That's free.
$40 gift card at ECBT or Dana Landing if you join Coastal Conservation Association of California today here at this event before noon.
So if you join a $30 organization that you should be joining anyways, you get a $40 gift card back.
Yeah. And gives that return 76% return on your money?
Well, if you combine that with a 25% discount that Steve's offering on several items, you're going to buy $52 worth of items for $30. So how can you beat that?
Well done, Rick.
Good.
So
what's going on in the Baja?
Well, like up here, like Mark mentioned, there's a little bit of rain and wind, and if you couple that with the gas shortages and the little bit of protesting going down there, not a lot of traffic down there, but again, like Mark said as well, a few nuggets to be had. Bob down in Mag Bay reports that the tuna are still around. Looks like the wahoo have headed south, but fishing in the bay for pargo, grouper, and halibut has been steady. Up at La Bocana, where we were a couple weeks ago, the colder water is definitely 5 to 7 degrees cooler down there, and it's more of the northern cooler fish. But few guys managed to pop out a few grouper from there, mixed in with the loads of sand bass, barracuda, bonita, and occasional yellowtail. Bahia, Asuncion, and Cedros, I think there's a bit of wind. Jeff's reported that there's some calico fishing going on, but not much showing on yellowtail. Bay of LA, there's been a lot of wind. When it's nice here, I don't know, it might be better when it's rainy here, but when it's nice here, the wind channels through there. White sea bass and yellowtail have been around. San Quintin, the fish are there like Colonet, like crazy. If you can get through and pick a good day and get down there and fish with the Kelly brothers or Juan or one of those guys, great winter stuff. Another option to jumping on one of these boats that's going to Colonet and target these winter yellows on that yo-yo iron. So some opportunities, but I'll be down in a while to get one of those Traeger sandwiches and a few beers and have a good time. You know, I think that there's going to be some continued problems with the deregulation of the gas there. There's some guys not liking the increase in prices and a little bit of unrest. So reasons for why that happened are a little bit complicated, but probably not the best time to go mess with that and let it settle down a bit.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, I mentioned something about this guy, Rick Jensen, and what he's done with the sport fishing community. You know, when Rick started, he took a lot of heat. You know, financial guy on the radio? What the heck? I'll tell you what, he's proven all these naysayers wrong because you're a kicking butt in this industry, and it's for good reason. You're a good guy. You got your stuff together, and you can make people money and do things good. So good on you, Rick, for taking a chance and doing something that is kind of out of the box, and it's working. So congratulations on that.
Well, appreciate your support, and thanks for that, Pete. You know, when we started to do this, we came to you first, and you've been a big help. And, you know, events like this where I can meet with people, be great to come by, say hi today. Why not come down and get 76% of your money, say hi, grab a beer and a sandwich, and like to see you down there later today.
Rick Jensen, Sport Fishing Financial. See you shortly.
Okay, guys. See you in a bit.
Thanks, Rick. All right, well, that's going to wrap up our catch board today. Again, sponsored in part by Gamakatsu Hooks, Japan's leading fish hook. The Gamakatsu live bait hooks are a great live bait that keeps your bait alive. And also today, I'm sure if you came down here, Gamakatsu also makes a line of great weedless-style hooks, weight-style weedless hooks. So some of those new weedless baits that MC Swim Baits have, some great options from Gamakatsu Hook. Also that great ringed live bait hook that has a solid one-piece ring.
That.
Yeah, very, very great hook. For more information on those great Gamakatsu live bait hooks, you can just check out your favorite tackle store.
There you go. All right. David York, El Cajon, are you still around, David? David around?
Dave might be
Maybe
out cruising
David might
right
be
now.
Cruising, watching things. Tom in San Diego. There he is, the one and only Tom in San Diego.
That's the one. What's up, Tom?
Hello, gentlemen. How are you doing,
Hi,
Benny?
Tom.
I actually joined CCA, or extended my CCA.
Very
and while
good.
I can't buy it today, you can use your certificate for this calendar, which,
Perfect.
as you know, has a drawing. I don't know what the winning's going to be, but there's a
Next
drawing.
Saturday, we'll be drawing the winner.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
every
What am I
third
gonna-
Saturday on Let's Talk Hookup.
For a series of different prizes.
For 12 months, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, so.
All right, my question was real simple. By the way, I got to commend CCA today. I gave him a bad time when the second notice of bluefin, possibly trying to limit it to 2, came out, or maybe none. They're on the current edition of the log, and there's a front page article about the whole bluefin issue, and CCA is quoted extensively. So I got to hand it to them that they're doing some good stuff.
Yes, they are.
Well
working hard.
said.
That's right. And my question is, hey, do you think there's still some bluefin out around the way out around the islands?
We just heard Mark Wish saying
I missed it.
it
Sorry.
could happen, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, with the feed is certainly still there, and the possibility. I mean, we've had less than perfect weather and wind and water conditions the last few days, so I don't think that I would be running out right now to go try it. But I don't think that anybody would be surprised by it. I don't think it's the type of fishing where you're going to expect to go, catch limits of fish right now. But I mean, you string together. Weather consistency has a big part of it. So if you could string together several days in a row like we're having right now, and all that red crab is still offshore, still inshore. I mean, I don't think anybody would be surprised by it. I don't think it's the type of thing you want to bet your farm on it, but I'm sure if somebody went out and spent some time looking, I don't think anybody would be surprised by catching some of that bluefin.
61-degree water at the island, at San Clemente Island.
Yeah,
so.
how do you beat that?
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, I also said hi to Ken Franke yesterday and the Sport Fishing Association. They're working hand in hand with the whole situation on bluefin, so he thinks that they're moving positively forward.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Thanks, Tom.
Good work,
Appreciate
Tom.
you coming down to Dana Landing today. Let's jump into the phones, Rick.
You got it. Let's talk to Bruce. He's calling us from Lemon Grove this morning. Hi, Bruce. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, guys.
What's up, Bruce?
Morning, Bruce.
Hey, the question I got is when you're long lining, are you guys using the weedless swim bait or just a regular swim bait? Or are you putting some on it, or in what size?
Yeah, I like using about 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces. I want to be in contact with the bottom. And, for that long line, I like to put scent on it. I like to use a combination uni butter and hot sauce. Uni sauce, we call it. It helps because a lot of times that, that sand bass can be real lethargic. They're just laying there for something to come by. And, you want to be able to have that fish hold on to the lure as long as possible. So as you're drifting away, it kind of sets the hook on itself. But, yeah, absolutely, a little bit heavier, 1.5 ounces, 2 ounces. Some people like 3/4 to an ounce. It all depends on the current, too. But generally, if you're long lining, it's pretty decent current at that point.
You go. Hey,
Info.
Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. I didn't got a chance to see it, but I finally finished the last summer's Whalers Cove video.
I did see it. I liked it.
It came out really great.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm pretty stoked with it. So it's on our YouTube channel, Let's Talk Hookup Radio Show on YouTube. You just go to our website, hookup1090.com, and you click on the little red icon at the top right corner. That takes you right to our YouTube channel, and you can check out the latest. It's a Whalers Cove video from our action. Did you see that weather?
Oh, my God.
It was like
yes, I saw the weather.
Yeah.
I stepped on the plane, flew home, and Pete flies in, and it just turned to it was concrete. They were fishing on concrete.
Unreal.
It was flat. Yeah,
what
it looked
a great
really cool.
trip, right? And I want to add.
I got to say something too. Those were the biggest silvers I've ever seen in my life.
Those things
ever,
are giant.
ever.
Like 17, 18 pounds. They're like size of kings.
And I think it was I think one of the
Those
biggest
yellow
I've ever seen.
Yeah,
yes, exactly.
yeah,
I couldn't spit the word out.
That Rich Top
Rich
had,
Top,
and then to top that is the one that Gus from Burbank.
Dude, it was flat calm, biggest cohos I've ever seen, some of the biggest yellow I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's an awesome video. You should totally check it out.
Check
Very
it
cool.
out. Whalers Cove Lodge video on our YouTube channel. Let's Talk Hookup Radio Show. Hey, Jim is here.
Jim Malello.
Jim Malello, the one and only, world famous. Always wins. He's the luckiest guy I know. Always wins the prizes.
Hey,
you got the blue Hawaii.
I won them.
Yeah. How you like those blue Hawaiis?
Beautiful, man.
Aren't
They worked
great?
good at Sava City yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Very good.
Of course. Anyway, couple of questions. Is there a kayak big enough for me? The kayak?
Absolutely.
Oh,
You got
okay.
the Pro Angler 14.
Yeah.
Go test one right now. Go see Ron Lane and jump in the water.
Okay. Yeah, here I come. Man. I'll jump right in.
As long as you're more coordinated than Tom in San Diego, you should be just fine. You'll stay dry.
That's easy.
Yeah, you'll be dry.
Told me about.
Yeah.
Only Tom, man.
Yeah.
I tell you. And for Benny, I got a group of guys. We want to target some white sea bass coming up here. Should we come up to you? You're at a Newport, no?
I'm at a Long Beach.
Long Beach.
And honestly, that's not my area of expertise. Every sea bass we've caught has been incidental.
Oh, I got you.
And we're talking incidental by swim bait, surface iron, or jerk bait. But we are on something right now that we'll be able to sit on. I have to wait and see next week and see how it pans out. But they're giants, like 70-pounders.
No kidding.
Yeah,
wow.
This is like good stuff. But I don't target it. I leave that up to the pros. I leave it up to Brandon and the guys on bongos, and those guys are the pros.
Your specialty is bass.
Mine, while everybody's catching tuna, I went out and did it. But while everybody's catching tuna, I'm ducking into Clemente, fishing wide open 100-plus calico bass on.
And how great was that?
Oh,
Huh?
What was
really nobody there.
What was really cool is looking out on the east end. If I'm fishing Pyramid Head and all that, and seeing 20 long-range boats and sport fishers and yachts and skiffs, and it's just what I do. I kind of stay true to what I do, because I'm real proficient at it. So I just kind of stay with what I know. Jeez. I can do it. I mean. But, if there's yellowtail, if the yellowtail are foaming right off the beach, I'm going to drop fishing calicos a little bit and go chase them.
We just call that an incidental catch,
I mean,
right?
if I'm coming to the island and I'm seeing foamers of tuna, I'm going to stop on it. I'm going to throw cold snipers and orcas on them. There's no doubt. But at the same time, I do try to stay true to, the inshore bass fishing. Offshore bass fishing.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. I got one more quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going probably a half day to La Jolla, and then I'm going down to Cullingnet here in February. I got a trip on the Relentless charter, some buddies. Silly question. Give me that hot jig for the yo-yo fish in La Jolla and down at Cullingnet. Is that blue and white, Caddy 45?
I tell you, you talk to Randy the boys, but it's called Enlightenment. And then for the the 25L Enlightenment.
There it is.
It's mint. There he is. Randy's holding it up right there. And and then he's also got a red crab color also. Yeah. That's a heavy.
Okay.
So
the red crab.
Yeah, he's holding it up right there also. So that's the benefit of coming down to Dana Tackle today, is that you can talk jigs and swim baits with Corey and everything. So, but he's got them right there.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's what I would fish.
Jim, and you want a real treat for yourself? You go fishing with Benny Florentino.
No doubt.
I love calico.
I know you do.
I just might be up there, Ben.
All right,
you should do that.
Thank you, guys. Keep up the good work.
All right. Well, Stephen just brought us a breakfast sandwich.
So I think it's probably a good time to take a break.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
if you haven't had one here at Dana Landing, they've got the deli in there, and they've got awesome breakfast sandwich.
I love this shop. I love all the things about it. It's such a good thing I don't work here. Having this deli every day would not be a good thing. Hey, when we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. Again, live at Dana Landing in Mission Bay. You stay tuned. Lots more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the mighty 1090.
Alaska's Katmai Lodge is a world-class wilderness fishing paradise on the banks of the famed Alagnak River. You'll fish for all 5 species of Pacific salmon, king, sockeye, chum, coho, and on even years, pinks, plus trophy-sized rainbow trout, Arctic grayling, and Dolly Varden, both in the Alagnak and the nearby waters. Katmai Lodge's U.S. Coast Guard and CPR certified guides are fishing fanatics and know how to help you reel them in. They are exceptional teachers and ensure you have days that are fish-filled. chilled and fun with freshly prepared snacks and barbecued lunches on the river. Back at the lodge, there are fireside appetizers and refreshments each afternoon, as well as fresh, delicious meals prepared by their exceptional chef. Elevate your visit with a quick fly-out trip to Brooks Falls in Katmai National Park for world-renowned bear watching. For the best fishing adventure ever, visit katmai.com. That's KATMAI.com.
Tell you what, the LA Boat Show, the Los Angeles Boat Shows moved. They're now at the Fairplex in Pomona, which is so much easier and so convenient to all points in Southern California. Starts this Thursday, the 19th, goes all the way to the Sunday, the 22nd. Boats galore, great stuff for kids. There's going to be beer and wine tasting events. A lot to do and a lot for the boater of Southern California. Deck boat, freshwater, saltwater, fishing boats, all kinds of stuff at the Los Angeles Boat Show at the Fairplex this year in Pomona, starting Thursday the 19th and going to the 22nd. It's only $15 to get in, and kids 12 and under are free, and discounts available for active military. So check it out, the Los Angeles Boat Show at the Fairplex in Pomona, losangelesboatshow.com.
Everyone likes special treatment, kind of feel like a VIP. Well, that's how our listeners are treated at Poway Valley Collision. I have personally heard of several stories of how well our friends Jim and Mary take care of their customers that we sent them. Poway Valley Collision is worth the drive from anywhere in the Southland. We know you may not need them today, but when accidents happen, it pays to go to Poway Valley Collision. And listen to this. Our listeners get a special discount that can save you hundreds of dollars on your car or truck repair. Just tell them you listen to the show and you get the deal. They work with most insurance companies, including Auto Club, MetLife, Wawanesa, and more. Just bring your car or truck to them and let Poway Valley Collision do the rest. I have had my truck repaired at Poway Valley Collision, and the job was perfect. So get your vehicle fixed right at Poway Valley Collision. Tell them you listen to Let's Talk Hookup, and they'll save you money on your repair. Poway Valley Collision, 14211 Garden Road in Poway. Check PowayValleyCollision.com.
This is Captain Art Taylor. I'd like to invite you aboard Searcher for your next fishing vacation. Enjoy our air-conditioned cabins and galley, new improved bait tank, RSW system to preserve your catch, delicious food prepared by chefs Charlie and Dan, and a fantastic crew. Our 2017 schedule is available now. Book your reservation online at searchersportfishing.com or call Celia at 619-226-2403. That's 619-226-2403.
This is Ron from Fast Lane Kayaking in Mission Bay. When it comes to Hobie kayaks and kayak fishing, nobody does it better than my guys at Fast Lane. Our massive 5,500 square foot location is loaded with Hobie hands-free Mirage Drive kayaks. Plus, we've got Salty Gear clothing and lots of fishing accessories for kayaks. What makes our location special is we offer free demo rides. You can come down and try before you buy. Take a new Hobie Eclipse out on the water, Mirage Drive kayak, or stand-up paddleboard. We want you to find your fun on the water. A family-owned and operated for almost 4 decades at Dana Landing across from SeaWorld on Mission Bay. Check out FastLaneKayaking.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090, live here at Dana Landing in Mission Bay, having a good time, talking fishing, talking bays, talking inshore.
Yeah,
it's all
Jimmy
good.
Decker was just here, the one and only Jimmy Decker. He's going to be joining you on the panel, right?
Roger that.
Yeah, what a great panel that's going to be. He's got that new Sims jacket. That's a nice jacket, man. Those things are nice. For sure, the AFCO. I mean, there's so much good clothing in this fishing industry.
The industry itself is pretty strong. Everybody always asks me about our tackle with Shimano and baits and lures. I think we're lucky. I think the young kids of now are very fortunate to have the products that are out there.
No doubt.
To be successful at catching fish.
Yeah.
I really do.
No doubt.
Everybody just makes great product now.
Yeah. Who's this guy standing next to you, speaking of AFCO?
This is my son, Matt Florentino, and next to him is Captain Justin Reynolds. So I'll let
Morning,
them
gentlemen.
themselves.
Morning, gentlemen. Matt, you work with the great team at AFCO, and you have that jacket you have on is one of the 2 new waterproof jackets they have. Well, actually 3, because the Horizon that I'm wearing and Benny's wearing are also new too.
Yeah, I got a 2-piece Horizon on the bottom layer, and then I got the Solid 2 2.5 layer on top. So
that's a
killer little shell jacket.
Yeah.
The boys, Abe, Dino, Simon, and everybody in the office is doing some really cool stuff. So our whole line has filled a lot of gaps. We got everything from waterproof outerwear, the most technical stuff you could see with our anhydrous, down to fleece, down to sun protection, down to just rad T-shirts, killer hats, masks, you name it, gloves.
Board shorts are killer.
Yeah. Everything about the new AFCO product is just unreal. So tell us about the buzz is about that anhydrous. Tell us about that.
Yeah, you know, I mean, for maybe about the past year and a half, our guys have been Bill just said, you know, I want to make the best waterproof jacket bib out there. And Period. We went through a couple samples, a couple different fabrics, different zippers, paneling, you name it, and we came out with our anhydrous set. My dad, Captain Benny here, and Justin Reynolds here spent a good 3 to 4 months of just beating it up, along with a few other guys on the southeast and northeast, just really putting it to the test. And, you know, all their good feedback, and the guys in the office figured out, you know, the right fabrics, the right zippers, placement for everything. It's a killer little suit.
It's extreme high-end foul weather gear. I mean,
Yeah.
super comfortable in every way. Like, I mean, every little things that you didn't even think would be a benefit. You know, padding on the suspender straps on the bibs, and you know, like every piece of foul weather gear I've ever owned, whether it's rubber slickers or nice soft shell stuff, every one of them, when they tuck underneath your boot on the deck, you always rub off the cuffs, and so there's like super heavy like Cordura on the bottom. It's just every little thing they thought of. It is such good gear. You could tell it was built by people that fish, not just no clothing, but also you know, the technical side of it.
And I told the guys, you know, between my dad, Greg, and our test team, is when you're 3 hours deep in less than ideal conditions, where you're taking a bucket over your head, on and on and on, you'll know really quick if someone's not waterproof or not.
Yeah, real fast. Sure. Whether you know the difference between water resistant and waterproof very quickly. Yeah. So, speaking of which, a little forecast, looking for maybe a little rain in the forecast for next Saturday's Bay Bass tournament. So you might need the anhydrous for that.
Yeah, definitely. You know, stay dry and comfortable is the main thing. That way you can stay out there and catch some fish.
Oh yeah. So and you're fishing with your dad.
Yeah.
In the tournament.
I think that's the plan.
Wow.
Let's see if we catch him. I don't know. It's all the fish cooperate.
I'm still trying to broker a shave the head bet between you guys and Reynolds and Spicer there.
Oh.
That's what I think.
Justin, are you fishing the tournament also?
Sure.
All right. Why not?
Yeah, I'm there.
What's a tip from you? I know you spend your life on the water like Benny too, and make a living out of it. What's going to be the tip to catch the big one? You're going to give it to us
for the tournament?
Yeah.
I'd focus on the deeper water.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of guys pounding the shallow stuff and all that structure.
Yeah.
But this time of year, maybe focus a little bit on those deep ledges.
Cool.
Something like that.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Now what is it? Now what's your operation? What do you do?
Radio silence fishing.
Okay.
It's I don't know. I guess it's a charter business, but I call it an outfitter because I do treat the clients. I fish calico bass. I specialize in that, and so. That's what I do. I take them and we do catch and release calico bass. If they choose to keep them, they can, but I encourage them to release them, especially the good ones.
Okay.
But yeah.
Where's home base? I mean, does all charters run out of the same area?
Yeah.
Do you kind of move around similar to Benny? Like, how does that? What area do you focus?
Yeah. Well, I leave out of Huntington Harbor.
Okay.
And then I focus on mostly the islands. And then this year I introduced some new programs where I'm fishing local, and I came up with a thing called the Calico Bass Annual Pass. And you pay for the pass, and you get 6 trips. You get 3 island trips and 3 local trips. And so you really get an opportunity to learn a lot about the stuff that I spend most of my time doing.
What a great idea.
That's a great idea.
So that's like individual charters with you on your boat.
Yeah, but it's up to 3 anglers.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't think I need to discuss pricing or anything like that, but you pay X
3
amount of
buds,
dollars.
get together.
Yeah, you go in on
That's
this
great.
pass or one single guy, and it breaks down to really affordable way to fish.
Awesome.
So.
Great
and
idea.
you probably learn a heck of a lot in 6 trips. You just develop your technique, right?
You do, and then I learn from the anglers too. Every trip, I mean, I don't know everything. I always tell my clients that I don't know much, but I know what I see, and I see a lot.
Yeah. Okay, now us being on the radio silence really doesn't do well for us. But
Yeah.
this is a kind of different radio silence, right?
That's kind of the whole thing about that's pretty ironic.
Yeah.
You know, it's I like the term. It kind of stuck with me early, but I'm actually overly social, and all I've ever done is share everything I've ever done.
That's cool.
So
yeah. I was just giving you a hard time.
No, but
it's
I know.
a different radio. You're talking about the VHF radio, right?
Yeah.
And so how did you develop that? How did you come up with that? I think it's a great name.
I mean, that's just a term that stuck with me, and
yeah.
Cool.
But it's the polar opposite of actually how I am. I communicate and share as much information as I can. I'm always I probably overgive, maybe to a fault.
Yeah, Benny's laughing.
Well, because, we had this conversation on the way up here. Any one of, this group of anglers, if you were to come up and ask us, hey, how, what, where, and why, we're going to give it to you. Because we want to see success, whether it's our guests on the boat, friends, new anglers, kids, wives. We want to see people successful in fishing.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole thing, is the stoke, the more info. And then, generally what happens is those people will continue, the information they get, they'll continue sharing that info. So I think that's what it's about.
Now, and this is a classic example. Just correct me if I'm wrong, Justin's like a competitor of yours. You guys do the same thing. You do the same stuff.
Well, that's another conversation. Like Jimmy Decker and I, we consider ourselves partners.
Yeah.
We work together. Justin and I work along with Jimmy. We have that's one thing about, we've kind of taken that Florida guide, outfitter thought process, but we're all really good friends.
Yeah.
So
we all
really
need each other.
Yeah, we all know each other very well. We all want
That's
to see each
cool.
other successful.
Yeah.
Just like the guys have, on a lot of the boats that Stephen have here. They all work together to be successful.
And you see that's the program that makes the most successful sport boats are all guys who work together.
Yeah.
The same customers are what put food on their table, but they know that they're going to be way more successful sharing info and sharing time, and it's an overall better experience for both the captain and the passengers.
And the benefit, like, they could come fish with me, or they'll fish with Justin. Oh, I'm sorry. I go, hey, it's all good, man. This is all family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jimmy, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's all family. So we complement one another in our own personalities.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Benny sent me one of his regulars, and they bought a pass. And he told me, hey, Benny told me to do this.
That's awesome.
What a great idea
that's what
I liked it. Yeah, that's a great.
That's
That's a great
what it's all about, though. Sharing and taking care of each other. We all need each other.
The cool thing with the pass too is they're going to learn all of your information, but at the same time you're going to develop a rapport, getting to fish multiple times with a guy. You'll know, hey, Benny's my guy that bought a pass, and I know that he really likes fishing weedless. And I'm sure that you're going to show him all the techniques, but if there's days that his favorite thing is happening, maybe you can spend more time there, or whatever it may be. Like,
absolutely,
you're going to
that's
learn
what it's all about.
Yeah, I think
being
that's
able
awesome.
to share the most that I can,
Totally.
at least in one quote-unquote season with these guys.
That's great.
That's pretty neat. All right, well, you mind hanging out with us, ask some questions here?
Of course.
All right, Stephen, San Diego, Stephen Cooper. Very good. Oh, look. Here is
Doug
Moranville, the one and only branding iron,
new
showing
Bay Bass
off
tournament.
the new Bay Bass shirt. Nice job, Dougie. Very
good.
That's really good looking. Cool. All right, thanks. Doug Moranville's the T-shirt man.
Yes.
He does our T-shirts.
Yeah,
he
same
does
with
just about everybody.
Same with all of ours.
That was a big spotty on the back.
Yeah,
There.
that'd be a good one.
That'd be a good one in the back.
Yeah,
That's
Stephen
a
Cooper, are you
$250
still
guy.
around? Stephen? I guess not. How about Scott Cooper? Is Scott Cooper around?
I guess that's a father and
I
son
guess
team. Probably
father
out getting in
son
on the.
team. Yeah, he probably went down.
They probably got sucked into the
There might
Kicker
be those-
Jigs booth.
Pablo.
There might be the Everglades guys.
Pablo,
Yeah,
are you
it's
around?
possible.
You're
Pablo?
probably right.
There's Pablo. What's up, Pablo? How are you? We're down here, Dan. And oh, look, they got the giant sup out there, but only 2 people on it instead of 8.
That's a lot of.
Check that out.
That's a lot of stand-up paddleboard.
Yeah,
Nice
that's
It looks like an aircraft
Yeah.
carrier, doesn't it?
You put a bait tank, it's a rocket launcher, you can fish a surface iron on that thing, no problems.
Yeah. What's up, Pablo?
Oh, Happy New Year, guys.
What's up, Pablo?
I'm trying to get on your show, and I haven't yet, but I keep trying. I just had a question. The 2 bays, your techniques for the 2 bays, are they much different? Do you use different lures? And I know a lot of this line dragging that they do and stuff in the big
Long
bay.
lining.
Long line.
Well, they're, it's just like fishing 2 different venues. That's the way I think of it. A little bit shallower here, a lot more grass. The spotted bay bass more prevalent here versus the big bay. And, these guys are pretty good at fishing this inshore stuff, as far as the bays. And each one has its own personality.
Yeah,
it really does.
Between the 2 bays, my approach is 2 different animals. Mission Bay's pretty much 80% spotties. You might be able to pick off some isolated fish on the jetties for calicos if, you can sneak in there as long as there's no swell. And then San Diego Bay offers, you got sand bass, calico spotties, and, whether you want to fish docks, grass, deep water, submerged jetty, it's kind of got it all. So depending on what you want to fish, for that tournament, it's out of San Diego Bay, so I try to fish for some big fish, and then if not, try to pluck a nice spotty and end out the day.
Justin, any input on that?
I've been trying my best to have no preconceived notions.
Right.
Let the fish tell you what they want. Figure out what the conditions are doing. I mean, you'll have your baits tied on and you'll do whatever you think is going to work.
Yeah.
But, they make the rules.
With you guys being tournament guys, how do you make the determination whether you're going to fish something really fast and cover as much ground as you can and just get a quick reaction bite versus when you really slow things down and try and pick off a big, you know what I mean? Like, how do you make the determination whether you're going to try and blow through as much area as you can or just really pick apart individual areas?
I think Justin hit it on the head was, the fish will tell you. Sometimes you may come into an area that you think are going to be all big baits. Well, you hook one, and he spits up a small, chovy or something. Oh, ding, ding, we need to lower it, scale down our baits. And then you find yourself getting more bite. You'll find, wow, the bigger ones are eating a small bait. It's amazing. Like Justin we were talking about on the way up here, 2-ounce head, 4-inch bait. It seems kind of, funky, but let's face it, they're going to inhale that whole bait. And big or small, when they're hungry, they're going to eat that thing.
They're going to eat it.
You got to put it in the right spot. But the fish will tell you.
How much do you think that outside and weather condition plays a part in that? If it's been cold and it's been kind of rainy, I mean, does that force you to scale down, or is that not necessarily the thing that you know what I mean? Like, does that make the fifth necessarily more lethargic, but that doesn't mean they're not going to chase down a big bait? What do you guys think?
I mean, it all depends on how consistent things have been. If there's a drastic change, I might rethink the program. But if it's been fairly consistent and you had a good bite on something, I might stick with that. And if it just doesn't pan out, just shift gears and change it up. But
there you go.
Cool.
In the tournament, are you able to use any type of bait like a squid trailers or anything on your
live bait is allowable. Squid, I think bait's allowed, correct?
Yes. Is it?
Yeah.
It's not open bait bass.
That's the fun thing. I think a really cool thing about this particular tournament is it's definitely not set up the same as some of the Calico Bass circuit things. I mean, it's a competitive event for sure, but it always has been and always will be geared towards everybody, And then the thought being that a father and son in a 13-foot, Gregor can certainly compete on the same level as everybody else. So, there's guys that, get frustrated because they're, might be a hardcore, whatever, type of fishing and, it shouldn't be a bait thing. But it's definitely not that, it's a San Diego Anglers Club. It's a rad fundraiser for a really good cause, and it's really open for everybody, So.
And a kayak division, too.
Yeah.
So I know you have kayak. Get on the kayak. Go sign up with Dwayne.
Dad and son want to get a scoop of chovies and go fish. You're still in it.
Does make it for everyone.
Oh, very good.
Help work it this year.
Oh, excellent. All right. Well, thanks for coming down. Appreciate that, Pablo, very much. Let's go ahead and let's see. No name on that. Oh, there it is. Brad in Leucadia. Brad, are you still around?
In the meantime, while we're looking for Brad, we can always jump into the phones.
Let's
we got
do that.
Ed from Mira Mesa's on the line right now. Ed, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Hey, I know that the tides play a lot in the bays and that, as far as fishing and that goes. But what about the rain and the weather? I mean, do fish tend to bite better in the rain? And I know they do on the lakes and that from experience. But what about the bay and that? I mean, does that affect what you use?
I know my feeling. The fish are wet, and I've had some of my better bites when it's really not nice out. Sometimes when it's nice, they tend to not bite as well, unless we've had, everything's about consistency. It's like, I always say it's like people. When the first day of rain, we're hunkered down at home going, oh my gosh, it's raining, I don't want to go out there. After day 2 or 3, you're like, okay, now I'm used to it, let's move normal, let's get out there. Same with the heat, same with nice weather. Take a day to kind of acclimate. You go out there and do your normal deal. So, I mean, that's my thinking, but I think in my age, I think I'm getting more fair weathered. I don't like getting drenched and beat up, but they tend to bite pretty good when it's like that.
That's what anhydrous gear is for.
Roger that.
Yeah. Indeed. What about you, Justin?
I think, stability, if it's a stable pattern and it's been raining for several days. Yeah, the only time I think it ever really works against you is if there's a really dirty runoff and it makes the water too stained or there's too much debris, and it also makes a hazard for your boat. Sometimes that runoff makes it kind of weird, but I think whenever there's a steady flow of water into the water and creating some kind of movement or some new micro condition, I think it works to your benefit.
Very good. All right. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. Augie Chang, he's still around? Come on up. Step up to the mic, Augie. Thanks for joining us here at Dana Landing in Mission Bay. Appreciate that. Aztecs fan.
Aztec. Cool
Man,
Aztecs.
last football team we have here in San Diego.
That's right.
It's too soon, man. Too soon.
That's
Come
rough.
on, dog. Come on.
That's rough.
Ain't cool.
Hey, just some general pointers. We're going down to Cedros in June.
All right.
General pointers. And first time.
Have fun.
Yeah, exactly. Have
Cedros
fun.
in June.
Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah.
A lot of casts. Be open-minded. Try different lures. You're going to catch a lot. If the yellowtail don't bite, I was there in June. They didn't bite that well, but they're still there to be caught. But you could always go calico fishing. The fishing was phenomenal. So I don't know. You would rely on your guides. If you really want to just strictly fish calicos, tell them, hey, I want to fish calicos, and that's what you'll do. If we run over yellows, let's stop. You see breezers, let's stop. But just be open-minded, have a good time. Pace yourself. It's a long day. 6 to 6 is not a short day. So
to take plenty of Ben Gay and Advil.
Yeah, you can actually ask for Havana Club to be waiting in your room.
Bring more baits than you think you're going to use.
Right.
You will go through if it's biting good, you can go through an obscene amount of plastic.
Hard baits and surface iron,
That's
wax
good
wings are good. But you will go through a lot of swim baits. But I last time there in June, I fished wax wing, surface iron, and the new Shimano Cold Sniper jerkbait. I mean, those 3 things I fished the whole time.
Size of swim baits?
Go big.
Go big?
Yeah, go big. I think so.
What I've heard too is, like you guys said, burning through plastic. A couple of my buddies have fished the war blades down there. That way, you just got a blade on it. Anything that really swims down there gets bit. So instead of having to, jump in your bag, put another bait on, that'll last you all day long in a sense. That good hard bait like an iron or hard bait will be a good choice.
Good idea.
All right.
Yeah. And by the way, we do have 2 trips to Cedros Adventures this year on the calendar. Really prime time events, and actually a couple spots I think left on both of the trips. So if you want to go, they're on our website, hookup1090.com, on the trips page. So trips are going so fast now. I can't even believe it. I think Whalers Cove is near done. I think Katmai Lodge is near done. I think Kingfisher Charter is near done. I think most of those Cedros Adventures trips are near done. I mean,
this is
people
all
are going
late
fishing.
in the summertime.
Yeah, late stuff. So
Thanks,
great.
guys.
Have a great
Appreciate
trip
it.
down there.
Thank
If you have
you.
more questions, go see Jeff over at Cedros Tackle. He spends a lot of time at that angle, at Island for sure. Dave P. is here from Spring Valley. Thanks for stepping up. By the way, tomorrow, speaking of Dave P., the president of Shimano American, Dave Pfeiffer, will be in the studio with us tomorrow morning for his once-a-year engagement with us. That guy that runs it all, both bicycles as well as fishing. He's really a fisherman, but the bicycle kind of comes along with it. He's a really good fisherman. Really, really good fisherman. But he'll be with us for 2 hours tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m.
Sounds like another great show. Today was a great show,
Today's
by
fun.
the way.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
Good having you guys down here. Weather, back to the weather for next weekend. I was just looking at the forecast, and it's going to be pouring next Saturday.
Nice. Perfect, huh?
So we know everybody's going to be under the tent when we come back in and everything. What about the people cooking? They're always out in the open.
They're probably going to bring some more tents in. You have to talk to Dwayne about that. I'm sure they've got the idea of what's going to go on there.
Can't wait. Super excited.
You going to fish?
No.
No.
But you'll be there.
The forecast.
I've fished it many years, guys, but no, I'm going to sit back and just enjoy the festivities.
All right.
And you know what, Pete? I have to say, the San Diego Anglers has been doing this tournament for years, and I tell you, there's a lot of, to get 120-plus teams out there to fish every year, sold out, to feed everybody, to get the sponsors down there.
Unbelievable.
The raffles, and again, for a great cause, but they're the model, and I was talking to Matt about that. I said, they're the model of what tournaments, because it's all camaraderie, it's for a great cause, there's no egos involved. I mean, it's just good fun, and it doesn't cost you a ton of dough to get in the tournament.
Yeah.
It's an awesome event.
Yeah.
And then if you don't want to even fish in the event, the after event, where you got all kinds of great people like this displaying their wares, and you talk to all the different people down there, and the great raffle that they do.
Yeah,
that
raffle is
gigantic. Unbelievable. Yeah. So you can just come for the free food and the raffle and have a good time. But you guys will be fishing.
Yeah.
Rain or
shine,
right? What do you think, Matt? Does that slow you down?
I know I have a nice jacket and bib to wear.
Yeah. I know what I'm going to be wearing.
Got that covered. How about you, Justin? Who's your partner in the tournament?
Probably that guy. Randy Spicer.
Randy, okay, from Kicker. Okay, very good. All right, should be a good time.
He can hold the umbrella.
There you go. Perfect.
Very good.
Hiding under the T-top.
Yeah, Ricky, of course, you're fishing it.
I'm going to fish with Doug Kern. Yeah, we wouldn't miss it. Absolutely wouldn't miss it. Cutting our trip short to make sure that we have a chance to go fishing. It's a really fun time, and it's same thing like that. The tackle store that I work in, like we're like struggling to find employees to keep the doors open because just about everybody working in the shop is fishing the event. So guys that usually only work in the summertime are coming to keep the doors open so we can all go fishing. It's just the smack talk and camaraderie and everything else that goes down that's the fun of it. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, well I'll be in the warm Mighty 1090 studio next Saturday with Corey Sandin.
Probably not a bad place to be.
Yeah, so turn the radio on.
We'll have it on.
Yeah,
for sure. Hey, when we come back, we're going to find out what lucky winner. Somebody's got a $50 gift card to East County Bait and Tackle, as well as giving away those half-day trips for 2 in the Daily Double. We got more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way on the Mighty 1090.
It's time to get excited about fishing, and Point Loma Sport Fishing has everything you'll need. They offer half-day and three-quarter-day trips daily, perfect for families and the novice or seasoned fishermen. Point Loma Sport Fishing also offers overnight to multi-day trips, targeting the best of seasonal catches. Visit their website at pointlomasportfishing.com, where you can purchase tickets online and get more information on the trips available, or call 619-223-1627. When you put on a pair of Maui Jim sunglasses, the world begins to look different. Colors are more vivid. Contrast is clearer. Details are crisper. Wherever your vision leads you, beauty follows. With polarized lenses that eliminate glare and enhance color, Maui Jim sunglasses won't change the world. They'll change the way you see it. Color, clarity, detail. Maui Jim.
This is Pete Gray to tell you about one of my favorite places to fish in the world. It's Whalers Cove Lodge in Angoon, Alaska. For several years now, we've been hosting groups at Whalers Cove, and this is certainly one trip I do not miss. Each year, the Powers family makes great improvements to the lodge that make this great lodge even better. New rooms, new boats, new fish processing facilities, new outdoor kitchen. The list goes on and on. As for fishing, the calm waters around Whalers Cove are 100 miles from any large town, so you will enjoy wilderness adventure without the crowds. Whalers Cove Lodge has some of the best salt and freshwater fishing in Alaska, and there's no need for a bumpy boat ride for hours. You can find productive fishing for salmon, halibut, and rockfish just 10 minutes from the lodge. Here's the deal. The word is out on Whalers Cove, so you want to go? Book soon. WhalersCoveLodge.com or call 800-423-3123. WhalersCoveLodge.com for the Alaska fishing experience of a lifetime.
No matter the fishing conditions, count on the Seagar family of fluorocarbon leader material to help you catch more fish. Fluoro Premier has a smaller diameter with the highest break strength. Plus, it is super soft. When bites are tough, tie on Fluoro Premier. Blue Label is tough as nails with incredible abrasion resistance and impact strength. And new Pink Label is the choice for tough light conditions, giving you a little more visibility for better line control. Pick up a spool of Seagar at your favorite tackle dealer or visit Seagar.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Having a great time here.
Oh, man, what a great show.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
absolutely awesome.
Great. I want to thank Steve Pinard and Johnny White, Dana Lanning here for hosting this great event. Ron Lane from Fast Lane Center, thank you very much for all that you do for this event. Once again, Ron, 10 a.m. at Fast Lane, right, Ron? Right. Come on into Fast Lane, the big seminar featuring all the dudes, all the guys that know how to catch the bay bass and put you on the winning team. And thanks to Benny Florentino and
awesome,
Matt Florentino and Josh Reynolds. Thank you guys, or Justin Reynolds, excuse me.
No worries.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys, for being here. And Benny, if somebody wants to go fishing with you.
Yeah, thanks, Pete. Thanks again for having me here. Let's see, 310-779-0397 is the phone number. Website is fishcoastalcharters.com.
All right, and if somebody wants to go fishing with you, Justin.
Just check me out at radiosilencefishing.com.
Radiosilencefishing.com. And, of course, Matt, we'll see you at AFCO.com, right?
AFCO.com.
That's all your stuff. You do the web stuff, right?
I have a team of some good guys, and we have a killer new website we launched a couple months ago.
Doing a great job.
Thanks. It's a tremendous job. Yeah, it looks great.
AFCO.com, or find us on Instagram, Facebook, you name it. We're all there. So
and buy your anhydrous gear for next Saturday.
Stay dry.
Yes, stay dry for sure. Thank you guys.
Awesome
Thanks
job,
especially
guys.
Danny. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thanks to the kicker guys, and thanks to everybody here in attendance. Come on down here. Traeger's cooking them up. I can smell it already. They're getting ready to cut that up, and so come on down to Dana Landing. It's going to be going on till noon today. Come on down, say hi to the cowboy and everybody, and see all the great deals down here, and take advantage of this wonderful morning we have going on down here at Dana Landing, right across from SeaWorld in Mission Bay. And Rick and I will be back in the Mighty 1090 studios tomorrow morning with El Presidente, Dave Pfeiffer from Shimano. We'll be in the Mighty 1090 studios 7 to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll see you then right here on the Mighty 1090.